Megan from VEXED.
And I'm Jay from VEXED.
And you're watching Loud TV.
I think this is the first time for you guys in France?
Yes. Yeah, first time.
First time.
How was the show?
That was great.
So good.
One of the best of tour, probably.
Yeah, I think that might have
really
been my
fun.
favourite. I've always wanted to play France, and we weren't really sure what to expect, but it was amazing. Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah.
Lots of energy.
Yeah, straight off the bat.
Is it hard to play very early on this bill? 4 bands. It's pretty hard.
It just means you're never going to get full capacity starting at 6:30. So we have it's a little bit harder for us to work the crowd, being because the less people in the room, the less atmosphere there is, I guess.
But it's quite exciting as well. Even though we're on very early, it's quite exciting to see that people have actually turned up to see us.
Definitely. Definitely.
Like they've left work early to come see us, which is very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit scary because the lineup, like Aborted, REVOVATION and CARNIFEX, are huge bands, and we're just like this little band from England. But it's gone really well, so we're really surprised. Yeah.
And it's so nice to be able to work with these guys as well. Because they're all so lovely.
Yeah.
I was wondering about listening to your 2 albums.
Yes.
I interviewed here Ginger.
Yes.
Tons of, is it a huge inspiration for the band?
No. We get asked this a lot, obviously, because I'm a woman in the metal scene, but we don't really listen to Ginger. I've never listened to Ginger. When people started telling me about them, I went and listened to them. They're very talented, an amazing band, but just not the sort of thing I listen to. So
they're a very good live.
Very
I think
talented.
People assume, obviously, basically what you just said, because Meg is a female in the industry, they assume her inspirations are quite female, but they're
all men, really.
They're all men, really. Yeah. We're all big Meshuggah fans, like Amure, King 810, all of that sort of stuff, really.
Yeah.
But no, Ginger are a cool band though. They are a fun band.
Yeah, extremely talented, but no.
Just not an influence.
No.
Do you mean that music doesn't go to England, right? Because of the Brexit? No, I'm just
Brexit.
just joking.
Yes.
But yeah, the production of the last album is super low, super loud. And there is an evolution.
Yes.
With the first album.
Yes. Thank you.
I said, it's a good thing.
Yes, definitely.
Production is better.
Yes.
Yeah, it's more the fact that we had a clearer idea of what we were trying to do with the second album. The first album was very much like testing the waters, like seeing what worked, seeing what didn't, let it flow out organically. Whereas album 2, before we even started writing, we already had an idea of what we were trying to achieve, which made the production so much easier as well. Because straight off the bat, we were like, this is the sound we're after. This is what we're writing to achieve that. So it was like way more organic straight off the bat.
Yeah, I think the first album, we were all very much younger.
Yeah, naive.
And we were trying really hard to be true to ourselves, but also kind of let go of old bad habits, like of trying to please other people, which you can kind of tell. It's like there's a few things on it that definitely come across as people pleasing.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to our latest album, we just wrote it for us. Yeah. And you can kind of tell that it's just what we want to do, and we're not worrying about what anybody else thought.
And that's surprisingly a huge factor of it, especially within the guitar playing, was literally as simple as what do I see as being really fun live?
Yeah.
What riffs can people really enjoy live? What can I enjoy playing live as well? So I think we didn't
worry about what other people thought.
We didn't overthink it at all. We just kind of wrote what we wanted to get out.
Yeah.
Is it the same studio?
Yeah.
Yes.
Same producer who is currently actually on tour with us playing bass. Yes. He produced and co-wrote both albums as well. Very talented guy, Merrick De La Fuente.
He's somewhere out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've known Merrick since I was quite young, and so when I told him that we had a new band called VEXED and we wanted to be heavier, that's when we went to him with our first album, Culling Culture, and we were like trying to be heavier than previous stuff I'd done with him, but we still weren't quite ready to go fully heavy. So the next album we were just like, yeah, let's go for it. Let's really go for it. And we're going to keep getting heavier.
What was your very first band?
It was years and years ago. Just with friends. No, it was terrible, so I won't say what it was. Do not Google what it was.
Yeah, do not Google. We had fun though.
Yeah, it was just like a young band that you do with your teenage friends, but
it was never really anything serious. Was
No.
it? It was to us at the time. But
Yeah.
it never like escalated to a serious point.
no, we'd have like interludes where we'd play like Cardi B and like Russian techno music,
Yeah,
so like it wasn't
Little
really
bit.
that serious.
Yeah, yeah.
Was it easy to recall? I mean, nah.
To be honest, it was easier in the sense that since the first album, I practiced loads and I felt more confident with my voice. The first album, I was still very nervous about being a vocalist and I was unsure about what I should do and how I should sound. So it was easier in the sense that I understood what I could do with my voice. I'd practiced loads and I knew what I wanted to do, but technically it was very difficult. And then also I got COVID whilst recording 2 of the songs, so I had to record a couple of them with COVID, which was horrible, but it was a lot more enjoyable than the first album, definitely.
And 2 albums in 3 years?
Yes.
Not so bad.
Not bad at all. Yeah, it's alright, isn't it?
Some say it's quite speed way of life.
Yeah. But it's partially to do with lockdown.
Yeah.
Because like, what else was there to do in lockdown when you sat at home other than, write an album?
Yeah.
Might as well. So I think that's like 50% of the reason the next album dropped so soon. Like, we didn't want to leave it too late between dropping the second album anyway, but I think that was a contributing factor. The fact that like in lockdown there was nothing to do other than write music.
Yeah.
So by the time like lockdown had finished, we had like an album and a half worth of material to work with.
Right. What about the lyrics that you wrote, right?
Yes.
Is it like negative energy? Is your job every day on stage is to put negative energy into positive vibes? You know?
Yeah, I mean that would be a really good way of summing it up very quickly. The album itself is it's loosely based around like the grieving process. We all sort of lost family members and we had no motivation or positive energy to make music, and so we decided to put all our negative energy into the music instead, and that's how it came out so heavy and dark.
But it's turned into a positive though.
Yeah, because we've done
now we get
something
to do
positive
it live and have fun with it.
Yeah.
Which is like quite ironic. But
Yeah, but I mean now that we're back to reality, it seems like things are turning shit again. But that's why we've just got to keep on fighting and.
There's a plus side in every situation. Like every bad situation, there's a plus side.
Yeah.
And it was the same with COVID. Like a lot of good came out of the pandemic, even though it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
Like,
We just got to keep remembering.
It depends on your perception of it and stuff, and how you deal with it. But
yeah, we used it to obviously write music and make that our positive outlet. But I think humanity, on a grand scale, took a very hard look at itself and saw a lot of ugliness.
Yeah.
And yeah, now that things are back to normal, we've got to try and not forget about the ugliness.
Yeah, definitely.
But the century of Jack the Ripper was better, maybe. Huh?
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't think so. Let us know, but there's no place like home.
Yes.
Yeah, with your you don't have the.
I don't have the ruby slippers on. No.
Yeah, this is one of my wife movie.
Oh really?
Yeah, I love this movie also.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it? Of course, this is a reference, but in what way?
So, when they were filming The Wizard of Oz, I don't know if you and your wife know, but it was awful. So many things went wrong. People nearly died. Like horrific things were happening, and
You know about the actress?
yes, yeah,
She used drugs.
yeah,
drugs and
Was
cigarettes.
introduced
Yeah.
in the studio
Yeah,
to
yeah.
use drugs.
Drugs and cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the evil witch, Wicked Witch of the West, she got set on fire, nearly died. So many, like the Tin Man got like, was it mercury poisoning?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
so much went wrong behind the scenes, but then you've got this beautiful film, and that's kind of what was the inspiration for the song, was that it's about how when somebody that you love dies, your home suddenly isn't your home anymore, and everything on the surface looks pretty and great, but behind the scenes it's a completely different story. And that's kind of what it was based upon, on how you know, Dorothy's looking for the yellow brick road and the Wizard of Oz and all this, and it seems really lovely, but actually behind the curtain is just a little old man, and all the things going wrong.
I'm so glad we made the reference though.
Yeah.
So I remember Meg telling me she had the idea to include like the sample of "There's No Place Like Home" and being like, yes, that's fun. Obviously we had to like replicate it. You can't just take a sample and just use it. So Meg had to like.
I had to impersonate Judy Garland terribly, but I tried.
But I feel like a lot of people won't realise that. A lot of people think that it's the actual, because it sounds like the actual thing.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that film too. It's a great film.
Any new ideas for the next album that will be released now?
Yeah.
It's
done. No, I'm joking, it's not really.
Yeah. Wrote it yesterday.
Yeah, we've got lots of
A
ideas.
lot of ideas. Yeah.
And we've started writing, so it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
In the sense.
Which it should be.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you said, culling the first album to the second album, it was like a maturity, and I think we're going to do the same thing again.
There'll be another jump. Yeah, there'll be another jump, definitely.
Yeah. I'm excited for it.
So
It's going to be heavy.
Because if you don't, you are fed up, you know. With
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
you
boring.
can't release the same album multiple times.
No.
I mean, some bands have.
Yeah, a lot of bands do.
We don't want to though. We want every album to be like significantly different from the last, pretty much, because it's kind of like we just want to write whatever we're into at the time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, be good. And we're into a lot of different styles of music. We don't really listen to a lot of metal, like when we're just at home. We listen to a lot of EDM and drum and bass and grime. So we're probably going to try and incorporate that sort of stuff into really heavy metal. So it should be good.
And what about new tours? Pretty hard for a new band to tour. The scale in Europe is pretty full.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, the next step for us is we are desperate to play America. That's what we want to do, North America. And so we're sort of talking to people and bands and
Trying to get out
need
there.
to be booked for America. But that's the dream. That's what we want to do. But we're working with Avocado bookings, so fingers crossed we get some juicy tours soon.